Hey y'all, I am back with a whole new meal prep video for week 2 of my whole food plant-based journey. So breakfast, what y'all are gonna see is I have prepared for this week some frozen burritos. Yes, some tofu scramble frozen breakfast burritos that are packed with a lot of nutrients and a lot of goodness. And then for lunch, I kind of split it up between two kinds of pastas. I have a red pasta, which is going to have a bunch of veggies like zucchini and kale, red sauce, boom. And then I have, I'm currently looking at them now, so I'm excited for y'all to see them. And then for the other half, I have this vegan pesto. Same veggies, but I added sun-dried tomatoes, some nooch, and then I'm going to top them now currently with some parm. Yes, it's expensive A-word parm. So I want to split it up between both because, you know, I just want a little, you know, a little cheese. But nothing too bad. Since I am trying to, you know, do more whole foods this year. So, and then dinner, din is going to be some barbecue tofu with some fluffy jasmine rice. And then we have, what else am I making? Oh, some, ooh, so good. Slap your mama good. Cabbage, sauteed cabbage, and then I have some kimchi on the side, kimchi radish. So that will be my day's worth of eating. I know this video is coming a little late because look, it's Thursday and it's just gonna carry me through the next week. I don't care. But anyway, I just want to show y'all that I do have my food ready. So let's go in and I'm gonna show y'all how I make them. So let's do it. The first thing I'm preparing is my tofu scramble breakfast burritos that I will freeze. So I'm first chopping up a few Yukon Gold potatoes and dicing them up so I can bake them. Now I'm adding some olive oil and some spices, some pepper, garlic, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and smoked paprika, mixing them up real well, massaging them, and I'm going to bake them at 425 for about 30 minutes or so. Next, I'm going to prep my veggies for the scramble. So I have one orange bell pepper that I'm just going to dice up just like that. Then I have an onion. Yeah, it's an onion. Chop that up. You can use any onion you like. I think that was just a yellow onion. And then I have a handful of garlic because you can never have enough garlic. Yes. Dice that up. And boom. We have the veggies we will pan fry and add spinach at the end. Okay, so here in a little bit of oil, just a little bit, I am going to start with my onion until they caramelize, and then I will add the rest of the veggies we prep in the orange bell pepper, and then I'll wait a few minutes, and then I'll add the garlic in last so it doesn't burn. While I'm also pan frying them, I'm adding just a little bit of salt and pepper to continue the flavor building. And then I also use broth like I'm using now to deglaze the pan. Next, I'm going to crumble in the tofu, and then I will stir that around not to try to break it, and I'll add my spices. We have garlic powder, onion powder, turmeric, nooch, and then I added some black salt so it can have that egginess, and a little bit of soy milk just to provide some creaminess as well. Then for that extra high protein and fiber, I added a can of rinsed and drained black beans. Yum! And then some baby spinach, a 5-ounce tin of baby spinach at the end to provide some extra greens and phytonutrients to the dish. And voila! Here we have the scramble that's going to go inside of our burritos. And these are the potatoes that I have diced up so nicely. So now it's time to build the burrito. If you watched my vlog, you'll see that I had built it too big, but this is the practice. But I had some sour cream and then I layered in some of the tofu scramble, which I realized was too much, but you know, your girl still ate it. And then layered on top some crispy potatoes, and I struggle with the sauce. Oh my god. Oh god. Your girl literally struggled with that salsa. So I added some salsa and then a little guac pot on top. Since I murder avocados, I'm not allowed to buy them anymore. and they go into the graveyard when they go into my fridge, so I have to get the guac pod. And as you see, that is my best attempt at trying to fold them, but when I freeze them, I will make them smaller. Alright, y'all, it looks like it's wrapped, but I overstuffed it. Like, look, the other side is not gonna fit. Alright, and so then to prep it, you can make yours fresh, but I just sealed it in a glass container, and I'll refrigerate that, and then when you build your own, you can freeze them at a later time, but I didn't feel like building them in that moment. So then, the next thing I did was I prepared my air-fried tofu that I will toss in barbecue sauce later. While I'm also preparing that, I am bringing water to a boil and boiling the banza chickpea pasta for my 2 pasta dishes for the week. And I'm also marinating the tofu and a few spices, the same spices as the potatoes. So you have garlic powder, onion powder, small paprika, a little salt, or aminos. And then I'm going to air fry them on 400 for about 300 in each bucket. And then I'm going to stir the pasta to make sure they don't burn. And once they're al dente, I'm going to drain them and then put them aside for later. Next, I'm going to chop up my zucchini and yellow squash that's going to go into my pasta dishes. So I'm going to put a yellow and green in each one. And then I like to chop them up differently so they can provide some variety throughout the week. Next, I got my boatload of garlic. I'm going to smash them first this time because it's easier to chop. And this is going into the pasta with a whole onion. So half an onion is going to each pasta dish. And I'm going to also add some diced cherry tomatoes that I'm going to add into the red pasta. Alright, so then in a pan, notice I'm cooking them at the same time because your girl the G. I'm just sauteing up some of the garlic and the onion, and then now I'm adding the zucchini and the yellow squash in each one, making sure it doesn't get too soft. And then I'm also deglazing the pan in some broth. Yes. And then I'm adding the cherry tomatoes in the pasta pot that's going to be for the red sauce one. And here's it looking like right now. The veggies are ready, and I'm ready to add in the rest of the ingredients. So we have some kale. Added a boatload of kale into each one to get, my greens in. And then I'm going to add the pasta in next, and I have to transfer that into a bigger pan. But I add the pasta in each. Penne is going to be in one, and then like the spiral pasta in the other. Then I add the red sauce. Here we go. So this red sauce pasta is just about done. I'm just going to top it with a little vegan parm at the end. But that's done. And then I'm using the basil pesto sauce from Sprouts to go into the other pot. And I'm going to stir it up. And that's going to be that pasta. So both of them are super easy to make. Just chop up some veggies and add sauce. Here we go. Voila. Here is this, I believe it's Follow Your Heart Parmesan. Overpriced, might I add. You don't need this, definitely, but I just wanted it to be a little cheesy, just a little added, processed, not just minimally processed for my meal prep. And then I added some lemon juice for the pesto pasta. And now for the barbecue tofu, after it was air fried, I dumped it into a bowl, and then I stirred it with the Sprouts garlic roasted barbecue sauce, which is the best. And boom, you have air fried barbecue tofu. Now for the cabbage. I chopped up the rest of the garlic that I had, and then I'm also going to thinly slice the cabbage after I removed the core. And then you just added a liter of broth, and then salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika. You kind of getting the theme here. Stirred it up a little bit, and I covered it up, and I I heated it up on high for about 10 to 15 minutes until it was tender. Then I also had some rice. It was done, and I just set it aside to fluff later. Here's the cabbage all done. And here is the fluffed rice after 5 minutes of resting. Beautiful. Alright, y'all. I have my barbecue tofu. I have my rice done. I have my pasta. Which one was this? This is the pesto pasta. I have the red sauce pasta. Yes, stored away. And then I just gotta put up my cabbage for the week. And remember, I'm also having kimchi. So this is all I'm eating for the week, or for the next few days. Actually, several days. And whatever I don't get to, I will freeze. Yay! Anyway, thank you guys for watching my meal prep.